is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. Respected judges, dignitaries and my fellow participants. As a proud representative of Cherbushka Mission League and a believer in the rich faith traditions of Syro-Malabar Christians, whose roots trace back to St. Thomas the Apostle, who proclaimed, "My Lord and my God." Today, I stand before you to share my views on the topic, the incredible power of God-centered family, which is the source and power of vocation. As a teenager, I may not have all the answers, but one thing I know for sure. When God is at the center of our families, amazing things can happen. Most importantly, the discovery of our true vocation. In a world often distracted with noise and ambition, it is a God-centered family that becomes a sanctuary where faith takes roots, grows and blossoms into vocation that serve God and others. In a God-centered family, we learn not just by hearing about God, but by seeing Him in actions through our parents and siblings. We see how our parents pray, how they treat others with kindness, and how they trust in God even when time gets tough. All these examples teaches us much more than any book or lesson ever could. It guides us to live a life of faith and helps us to be open to God's call, whatever that might be. We learn about prayer, forgiveness, sacrifice, and selfless love. These small yet powerful practices like reading Bible and evening rosary at home guides us to a God-centered path. Let us consider the example of Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little flower. Her vocation to religious life was deeply influenced by her parents, Saint Louis and Zélie Martin. Their marriage was marked by love, prayer, and unwavering faith in God. 5 of their daughters, including Therese, embraced religious life. Therese's little way of trusting God in small things was nurtured by the faithful environment she grew up in. Saint Therese once told, "Jesus set before me a book of nature, and I understood that all the flowers created by Him is beautiful." Saint Therese's life reminds us that it is in a God-centered family we learn about prayer, faith, and grace. But it doesn't stop there. When our families are deeply rooted in God, they don't just influence us, but inspire us too. Our family, friends, and community members can see a lot of things that a God-centered family means. Let us consider the example of Saint Therese. We also find inspiration in the story of Saint Monica, whose unwavering faith in God led to the conversion of her son Saint Augustine. Though Augustine stayed away from faith in his youth, Saint Monica never gave up on him. Her prayers were answered, and Augustine became the church's one of the greatest theologians. Saint Monica's story reminds us about the power of a mother's prayer within our family. As 1 Thessalonians 5:17 reminds us, pray without ceasing. In Christianity, family is often referred to as the domestic church, where the children first learn about God's love, prayer, and grace. Whether a child grows up to become a priest, nun, or a faithful professional serving others, the lessons that they learn from their home remains with them forever. As I conclude, let the Lord guide us in becoming the light that shines brightly from